In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to destroy one of the biggest credit score myths in America that's going to help you increase your credit score overnight. I want you to picture this and really lock in. You have a credit card with a $5,000 limit. We're saying hypothetically, okay? You spend $2,000 during the month. You have every dollar just sitting in your bank account. Your statement arrives, you pay the entire balance. No late fees, no interest, and no missed payments. And you did everything right, and then a few days later, your credit score drops. And you're sitting there wondering, how is that even possible? Did I do something wrong? Did the credit bureaus make a mistake? Is Credit Karma broken again? No! The system is actually doing what it's designed to do. And today I'm going to show you the one date that controls what actually gets reported on your credit report, why so many people actually see their scores fluctuate, and why one of the biggest credit myths on YouTube is costing people money every single month. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First, we're gonna cover the credit score myth that never dies. Now, this one is the worst piece of advice that is floating around the internet. You ready for it? You gotta leave a small balance on your credit card. Carry 1%. Never paid off, never paid off. You need to show activity. That's wrong. Actually, completely wrong. Let me say this clearly. You do not need to carry a balance to build credit. Crazy little fact, the people with the highest credit scores in America are not paying interest every month. They're not carrying debt, they're not donating money to banks, and they're paying their balances in full every single month. I call this literally the 1%ers, the ones that don't listen to all the hype on the internet. And you better believe that banks love it when people believe that they have to carry a balance, because that misunderstanding generates billions of dollars in interest fees every single year. Don't be one of those people. But now let's talk about the date that actually matters. Here's what most people just simply don't understand. The credit bureaus are not watching your account every single day. I know that's crazy, right? You expect them to, but they're not. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they're not sitting around there tracking every single swipe. That would be virtually impossible, let's be honest, okay? Instead, most credit card companies report a snapshot of your account once per month. That snapshot is usually taken around your statement closing date, not your due date, not when you pay. The statement closing date. It's the day the lenders tell the credit bureaus, here's what this account looks like right now. And whatever gets reported can influence your score until the next reporting cycle, which is usually 28 to 31 days. But now let me cover a big one of why scores drop even when you pay on time. Let's use just a simple example. You have a $5,000 credit card. You spend $2,000 during the month. Your statement closes before you actually make your payment. The lender reports a $2,000 balance. That's 40% utilization. A few weeks later, you pay the entire balance. Zero interest, zero debt, everything is paid off. But wait for it, hold on. The bureaus already received the snapshot. So temporarily, your score may reflect that higher utilization. That's why people see score fluctuations and it drives them crazy. Not because they did something wrong, not because they're irresponsible, but because reporting and payments don't always happen on the same day. Let me repeat that again. Reporting and payments do not happen on the same day. But now I'm going to explain to you what utilization really is, because this is the key driving factor that people just don't simply understand. So we're gonna talk about utilization. I want you to buckle up and pay attention. This is very important. Utilization simply measures how much available credit you're using. If you have $10,000 available and $1,000 is reported, that's 10% utilization. Simple. But here's the most important part. Utilization is temporary. Unlike late payments, unlike charge-offs, unlike collections, utilization can literally change every single month. Meaning, if it goes up, your score may dip. If it goes down, your score may recover. That's why I tell people, stop obsessing over utilization, focus on building strong habits. Now here's something that I call the Mike the Credit Guy approach that I've been teaching for over a decade. I've been teaching this to all of my clients that spent one-on-one time with me. Instead of trying to play games with percentages, this is exactly what I teach. Pay your cards in full every month. No exceptions, no carrying balances. And even more important, no paying interest, no leaving 1% behind nonsense. Pay balances in full. Then repeat month after month, year after year, because consistency is what lenders love. When lenders review applications, they're looking for on-time payments, low risk behavior, responsible management, long account history. Not whether you left $17.43 on a card because somebody on TikTok told you to. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Kenneth. Kenneth's credit score went up 282 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. And Arthur's credit score went up 670 points after just 2 rounds with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget Destiny. Destiny's credit score went up 264 points after just 1 round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. Now, what I'm about to show you is directly from FICO. More than 90% of lenders actually use a FICO scoring algorithm of some sort, whether it be FICO 8, FICO 10, FICO 10T. It's going to be a FICO score. Let's put it up on the screen right here. This is an example FICO score reason computation. It's not actual FICO score numbers, but it's an example so you can actually see what controls your credit score. I'm gonna go through them really quick. I want you to pause the video. I want you to screenshot this and I want you to send it to every single friend, every family member, so everyone truly understands how credit works. This right here is the major secret that people just don't understand and that people are just making up lies. So let's look at it right here real quick. Payment history, that's number 1. Outstanding debt, that's utilization. That's debt that's being reported from your credit cards. Credit history length, how long your credit has been open on those accounts. Pursuit of new credit, getting hard inquiries. And credit mix. Those are the 5 categories of credit. Notice how none of them say activity. Yeah, that's not an actual factor. So when people tell you that, oh, it's gonna show that you don't actually have any activity, that's not true. It's not even a factor. How can you even say that when it's not a factor? That right there tells me that you're an amateur in credit and you have no business teaching anybody anything. But let's look at the box that says outstanding debt. Overall utilization on revolving trades. Let's just go ahead and bust this myth wide open. 0% is gonna give you 55 points. You see the point section says 55 points. 1 to 6% utilization is going to give you 65 points, but there's a little asterisk right next to it. What does that mean? Box number represents the maximum points possible minus the actual points received. So you could have already received those extra 10 points. Could have received 1 point, 5 point, 8 points, 9 points, 6 points. Everyone's gonna vary based on what's on their credit report. So you can't target an exact pinpoint on the score. But understand, if anything, it's only a 10-point swing if you never receive those extra 10 points. Again, it's right there. It's clear as day. It doesn't matter if you're reporting activity because that doesn't matter and it doesn't exist. These are the 5 factors of credit that control your credit score. Next, real secret. You wanna know what actually helps most people? Not carrying balances, not utilization hacks, not secret loopholes. It's increasing available credit responsibly. Let's say you have a $1,000 balance on a $5,000 credit limit. That's 20% utilization. Now imagine your limit increases to $10,000. Same spending, same behavior, same $1,000 balance. Now you're only using 10%. You didn't change spending, you didn't play games, you simply created more available credit. That's why responsible credit limit increases can be powerful. This is exactly why I teach them in so many videos, because I want people to understand how to truly control your credit score. We're not doing it to spend more money. We're not doing it because we want to buy things that we don't need. No, it allows us to not care when we accidentally carry a balance, because it's gonna happen. Believe me, trust me, it's gonna happen. But when it does, it doesn't hurt your credit score, so you're not like, oh man, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? You're not even paying attention to it because you know that, oh damn, I need to go pay that credit card off right now and get right back to where I was before. I don't even know how I did that. And then your credit score goes right back up. Consistency is always key. Last part's the most important. Now let me give you a quick little step-by-step action plan. Here's exactly what I want you to do. Step 1, find your statement closing date, not your due date, your statement closing date, because they are different. Step 2, you're gonna take your little smartphone that you carry around in your hand all day long and you're gonna set calendar reminders. Know when your lender reports, because knowledge beats surprises every time. Step 3, use your cards normally. Stop being afraid of using your credit. Credit cards are tools. Use them responsibly. Just put things on auto payment, your Netflix, your Hulu. You gotta buy gas, you gotta buy groceries. Buy it and then pay it off immediately. Step number 4, as I just said, pay off balances in full every month. Not minimum payments, not partial payments, full balances. Step number 5, request credit limit increases periodically if you qualify. More available credit can make utilization naturally lower. And you wanna do this at least a minimum of every 6 months with every single credit card. I know that sounds crazy, but it works. And step number 6, focus on payment history, because payment history makes up the largest portion of your FICO score. One late payment can hurt far more than temporary utilization fluctuations. Now, this is the truth that nobody ever talks about. The people with 800 plus credit scores aren't chasing hacks every month. They're boring, seriously. They're boring. They pay on time, they keep accounts open, they avoid collections, they don't max out cards, they don't carry balances, they don't pay unnecessary interest, they repeat those habits for years. That's how elite credit is built. Not with gimmicks, with consistency. So now you know the truth. You know why your score can drop even when you pay on time. You know the difference between a statement closing date and a due date. And you know why carrying a balance is one of the biggest myths in personal finance. If you're trying to get your credit score into the 700s, 800s, or even higher, drop your current credit score in the comments below. And if you need to delete any collections, charge-offs, or negative items from your credit reports, make sure to watch this video right here because it's gonna show how AI will do all the work for you, mail your letters, and it comes with the 110% money back guarantee. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.